Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 15 of the next generation of superstars. We're very grateful to have Jabari Donaldson here. He's originally from Lawndale, California. He plays defensive end and linebacker at Camino College. So welcome to the podcast, Jabari.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Let's get this rolling.
Absolutely, man. So we've known each other for quite a while now, and would love to hear more about your story. How did you start playing football, and how did you really find your passion for the game?
Man, I'll say it's a weird story because I didn't start off playing loving football off the bat. I was like one of those type of dudes. I was just sit back in the house, play Madden with my pops. And I guess, I don't know, it was like one of these days I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go to Jesse Owens Park and sign up for the Woodcrest Generals. My mama got me up there, and the rest is history. I mean, playing for the Generals really started up football for me, because if it wasn't for that, I'll be still in the house playing Madden, probably not even doing this podcast. I don't know, but I'm very thankful that I started up in Pop Warner.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And what about as you started playing, how was the support from your family and friends and your peers? How did that support look like, when you were really starting to take your career seriously in the sport?
If I'm gonna be honest, the support, how it started off, it was unreal to me, because I'm like, a lot of people was telling me that I have potential to go to the NFL. And I was just like stunned, because I'm like, wow, like these people think I can really go that far. But over the course of years, it's been getting a little mellowed down. But I'll say my best support right now is my mom, my dad, my nana, my girlfriend. And that's, I know I could probably name some for you. I hope nobody get offended when this podcast come out, but I can only name a few. I can only name a few, but
that's awesome to still have that support, though. And what about even your community? Being from California, what was it like with your community supporting you, and how do you kind of plan on even giving back to the community that you're from?
Man, it's just good to me. To me, even be talking about it, like, it's really good. Unfortunately, I can't bring no gang ties up here, because I don't want this to get you a little rundown. But the front of place I grew up, they supported me so much. It was a lot. It's a lot of good support. They still support me to this day. Shout out to Conan. Shout out to everybody, man. It was just, they still support me. They still want me to make it. It's just crazy.
Right. No, and I think that's just incredible to even have that support, from your community and the people around you. It's so crucial to your success as you continue to evolve as a student athlete. Has there been any mentors or coaches or people, whether it's been in high school or even now at El Camino, that have helped you, throughout your career and kind of pave your path?
You know what? There's been a few mentors I had, but I'll say the best mentors I had coming up with my football career, number one, I gotta go with my uncle Darnell Rubin. And number two, I gotta go with Greg Townsend, because he was coaching. Fun fact, he was coaching for Compton College as a defensive line coach. He helped me very well going through the adversity with Compton College, with their little schematics, what they got going on. And
right,
it kind of helped me a lot. It literally put some new skills in my craft. And I'm just like, I was just amazed. Like, I'm getting game from a damn near NFL Hall of Famer that should have been a Hall of Famer, that was in the John Madden era for coaching the Raiders. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And kind of going off of that, has there been any memorable plays or stuff you can kind of look back on and say, like, that was such a special moment in my career so far? Has there been anything like that that really sticks out to you that you look back on and you're proud of that accomplishment?
A few memorable plays. It's just I always been like, that always been like a backup. Cause I mean, I started off Pop Warner as a starter, but other than that, I always been a backup. Never trip about it. Just, don't want coaches to do me wrong and like keep me out the loop. But I'll say the most memorable plays I had, Jesus Christ. This is what I get for being a backup all the time. But I'll say my tackle for I'm not trying to lie, but I'm just saying my tackle for loss in Lawndale, and then my most important clip that was going around Instagram, my tackle for loss with Kobe Coleman in Compton College, where there's a big energy struck out of me. The video went over TikTok. I posted on my story a couple of times. It was just amazing. And I had another tackle for loss up against West LA. No, it wasn't West LA. Was it? Yeah, it was West LA. My bad. It's a West LA, East LA. It's a lot. I didn't even know you.
Right.
I didn't even know. Like, there's so many West, East, South. Oh, I mean, I know Southwest. My mama went there, but I was just like, whoa. It was a very new experience for me.
Right. No, there's a lot of schools as well out there. How have you noticed, the fan support, right? Even now, playing at the collegiate level, have you noticed, there's been a lot of fan support that you've really picked up on and that you appreciate, or even fans reaching out to kind of pick your brain on how, they can sharpen their skills and craft as a football athlete? What has the fan support been like?
Here's a different thing. I'm not the type of person to have fan support, but I'll have some supporters come out to me then and there, and they'll give me word, wisdom, motivation, and they'll tell me like, "Oh, I'm doing good on the field." There's some people that be like, "You should be out there getting better treatment, just like how these other starters is." But I mean, it's whatever to me. I'll speak my mind, and I'll do my best to get out on the field. But other than that,
Right.
Fan support been mellow a little bit. I don't know, man. The only support I get, like I said, my girlfriend, my mom, my dad, community that I was right behind.
Right. Well, what is kind of like your vision, being a student athlete? What does that look like for you? I mean, you really want to keep and growing and take it to the next level. What is your vision within the sport?
Well, I for sure do want to take it to the next level. I mean, being a student athlete is stressful enough. Like, you gotta meet all these requirements before. Listen, this is how I do it. Like, I'm gonna meet all the requirements before spring training start and summer start, because literally you need all those requirements before you advance to the next
Absolutely.
season. So before even thinking about moving on further, you got to think about your education first. Like, that's one thing I had to learn, because I was like, I didn't really care about education that much. But I learned a hard, valuable lesson when I was ineligible in my freshman year. Then I had to turn in my equipment later on weeks because I wasn't practicing enough. So I learned that the hard way. And so now my advice to the younger generation or anybody else that's seeing this, education is key. No matter what, bro. Oh, my mama, education is key. Because if you don't get that, you best believe you're sitting down on the sideline for a whole 5 to 10 weeks.
Right.
Yet,
No, it's so crucial.
Man.
Yeah. And that's what we stress even at Burst right now, is that, educating athletes like yourself on, with NIL and the Web3 sports world and everything that we're doing, we want to make sure that athletes that we're working with, as well as the fans, are really understanding the educational component of everything that we're working to accomplish. And I think that's so crucial. To your point, is that, education is going to get you, even after your career, it's going to take you a long way. And that's so important to be able to take it seriously and to be able to go in and appreciate everything that you're doing on that aspect of things. What you said it was earlier. You said it was really tough to be able to balance everything out as a student athlete, right? You have your academics, you have your social life, you have your sport. There's so many different dynamics all within the realm of being a student athlete. How do you work to balance everything, or what does even your routine look like as a student athlete, playing football? What does that look like to you?
Oh my God, I got a crazy routine. So to start off like this, because I work at home, and I do like online school now. So I'll say like this: I start off with my online schools, because today I'm now about to do my midterm exam. Right now I done passed like 4 of my quizzes, and I'm about to do a midterm. So I get my schoolwork out the way first. That's priority. I never did that first because I was the type of person to be like, man, I don't even care about school. I'm going to practice, getting my little jig in. But no, that's not the case. So I really had to switch it up when I was just like, okay, I gotta take this serious, and I gotta reformat what I do. So I do my schoolwork first. That's like it comes back in the back of my head. If I don't do it later, I should be like, should have did it right now. I should have did it later on. So I
Right.
always do that first because I don't want that instant regret that I have. So I always do that first.
Yeah,
And then
no,
after
and I
that,
think that's very important. What about even like your schedule with football, right, or being in season? How do you, what does that routine look like, just being in season as an athlete?
so the routine for me when it comes to football, unfortunately, spring season haven't started yet. But me for now, I do my little in-home workout. Get my push-ups in, sit-ups, jumping jacks, anything I need to do to get myself prepared. And then because right now I'm bulking season, and I'm like trying to prepare myself to lift big weights because Coach Gift from the head coach of El Camino told me he told me straight up this is a higher level than Compton College. And I was like, I'm ready for it. So, right now I'm just do my little in-home workout, getting my endurance in, and just getting ready and preparing myself, basically.
Right. No, I love it. That's awesome to be able to do that at the level you're competing at. What about outside of football? Are there any other passions or business ventures that you're really passionate about? Whether it's music or anything else that's business related. What are some of your passions that you have?
See, outside of football, I wanted to rap, but I am horrible. Okay, listen, it's like I snap when I want to, but in that I'm horrible. But I will say either be a gaming content or make my own video game, because I always want to make my own video game ever since I played a lot of Madden games, or really maybe serious about it when, oh my God, Madden 19 was so horrible. It made me so serious about being a gaming developer. That's how bad it was. But I
Right.
always have to imagine just to be a game developer, because I'm like, it's cool what these people could do, especially nowadays with, higher upgrade PC, PS5, an Xbox Series X or S. It's amazing what people could do. I'm not even gonna include Google Stadia because that's dead.
Yeah.
But
Have you done any
yeah,
development or studied any code or done any of that in school that can allow
I'm
you to do that and follow that passion?
I'm studying right now because early on the years I didn't really fully study because I was just taking football serious at Lawndale and everything. But other than
Right.
that, I mean, I've been looking at Unity, Unreal Engine 5, because that is a good engine. People should check it out if they really want to be a game developer. Unreal Engine 5 is the best way to start. So I really just been checking that out and trying to learn the aspect of gaming developing, because I'm not just about to jump straight forward and just make, let's say, a Superman game, for example, because we haven't seen a Superman game in years.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's
No, it definitely takes time and hard work as well as the skill set of understanding the code and development that goes into it. Has there been any, I guess a little switching gears a little bit, going into NIL, that was a big thing that we saw burst, being legitimized in the summer of 2021. what was your initial thoughts and kind of your thought process when you saw that you being a student athlete can actually go and find opportunities and brands and do these type of deals to actually, monetize your NIL, connect more with the fan base, and actually gain more of a global brand awareness? What was your initial thoughts on all of that when it happened?
It's crazy because I'm going back to it right now. How I was excited to even be ready to sign with y'all. Because at first I didn't think I was NIL worthy. I'm like thinking I gotta be like my teammates like Thule, that's declaring for the draft right now. I'm thinking I was supposed to be like a Jalen Daniels type that's like balling out of Kansas right now. Shout out to him. But when I'm seeing my other teammates get it, I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing else to lose. Let's try this out. And when you reach back, I was just like, whoa, I was excited.
Right.
I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm like pacing around the house. I'm like, ooh, I'm getting excited. I'm like hyping this up to my girlfriend because I'm like, I'm finna get ready to sign. And then so when I signed, I was just like, oh, it's up here now. It's really up here.
Absolutely. And we're so grateful to have you part of our Burst family and to be able to, I think it was one of your first NIL deals that you signed. Is that right?
Yes, my first one. I missed the first one that I tried, Limitless, and they didn't respond, but luckily I respond.
Yep. No, and then that's the thing here at Burst. We're looking to really level the whole playing field, right? Helping all student athletes that are really looking to take a dive in to this Web3 sports industry with us, and are willing to work and communicate with us. And that's really some important factors that we take into consideration. And you met those requirements right off the bat. So, being able to see the NIL really, take shape and how it's still, there's a lot of rules and regulations that are going around still that are forming. But you see what we're doing right now, tying it all into Web3 within the sports environment, especially you going live last month on our partner Virtual Stacks' platform. And you see their ambassadors of Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes and some of these big names. You were able to launch your portfolio of your brand before they did and actually see you saw results, right? You made money from that week launch. And now you have secondary sales coming up. What was your initial thoughts when you saw that happen, when you were actually able to, allow people to buy digital shares of your overall brand?
Man, I was like, people buying me? Me? Buy Virtual Stacks? Me? Out of all people? Because I'm like, see, I'm looking at Isaiah Wooden. I'm looking at all these other talents y'all got. I'm like, me? Y'all kidding me? I'm like surprised. I'm like shook. I'm like, okay, keep it coming, because it's like, oh, it's really unreal for me. So I was definitely happy that, people was like checking me out because like I said, y'all have many other good talents above me, but it's like, it is cool that they like, was checking me out. So
Right.
I appreciated that. So all the people that was
Absolutely.
on my Virtual Stacks, I really appreciated that because
Absolutely.
they know me.
Yeah. And it really gets more of your brand out there, and hopefully, more of these opportunities that we keep putting together and presenting to athletes like yourself can help elevate your entire brand, right? To allow you to get your foot in the door and really create the career that you want, even off the field, and really inspire your passions and fuel your dreams to come into reality. Now seeing what we're doing with young athletes and what you have done with Virtual Stacks, what are your kind of plans for this year, right? Being a student athlete, how many more years of eligibility do you have? And are you kind of looking to really ramp things up as you get ready to try to make it to the next level?
For sure, I'm looking to ramp things up now that I'm like entering the new school, because right now I'm like getting all my units up throughout, winter and spring and summer. But other than that, I'm for sure looking to ramp things up, especially now that I just got off of surgery. I'm definitely like my body feels so better. Like it feel like a whole entirely different person. So it's like I'm really ready to ramp things up. I got 3 years, I think, because I did play my first year and I'm about to play my second year in El Camino. And in those 2 years, I'll see like hopefully I go to D1 and get an offer and transfer there. My main goal is to go to UCLA because that's been my dream goal. I mean, I was always a USC fan first, but I still felt butthurt that they didn't open my email. I understand I was not the player for it, but I mean, dang, okay, at least told me straight up now. But other than that, my goal is to go to UCLA. If not,
Yeah.
I'll go to Fresno where my boy Roland, Jay Arsenal is at, because they just won the LA Bowl. Because, I'm seeing a lot of my teammates that I play with at Lawndale winning rings, like winning championships.
Right.
So I definitely want to do something like that.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. And to be able to, see all those opportunities out there and really, assess what's going to be the right fit for you is something that's special, right? To be able to take that into consideration. If you could, we'll kind of wrap things up here for our audience. If you could give everyone in our audience 3 key lessons that you've taken away from your career and kind of your life so far, what would you give? What advice would you give to people in the audience that the 3 key lessons that would really help them out?
3 key lessons. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Keep your mental insane, keep your mental in check, and ball out for the rest of the years. Because at the end of the day, you got yourself, and yourself could lead you to better dreams. So that's like my advice to everybody. Like, you got yourself at the end of the day. Even if you have a girlfriend, you love her, and y'all supporting each other, just keep in mind, yourself is gonna push you up there too, with your significant other or anybody else that's in your life. So that's like, my advice for everybody else.
Right. Yeah, I love it. Just to recap that, Jabari, you said really keep your mental in check. And I think mental awareness is so crucial to be able to be aware of that and actually take that, you have to train your mental part of your body just as you do your physical. And you said number 2, to really go after your dreams and really chase your dreams. And 3, I'll use your words of balling out and to really go actually do it. Right. It's just like Nike's slogan, just do it. You really have to go and actually take that risk and make things happen. And I think you're a living example of doing that, right? You've gone to a different couple of schools, you've seen where your path can take you. You've gotten some great advice from important mentors and role models in your life. And now that you have a great path to go after into this year of 2023, you're looking to really make an imprint and make a difference. So very excited for your future. And everybody, please go follow Jabari Donaldson all over social media and be on the lookout for his upcoming season in the fall. Thank you again for being on the podcast.
Yes, sir. We lit. Hey, we're going to be lit. Next season, we're going to be lit. I'm going to try my best to record all content because, I'm not the type of person recording. As you can see, my social media is very quiet because right now I'm just like really focusing and trying to get up there. But other than that, it's going to be lit.
Awesome. Thank you, Jabari.